evening, everybody. It is your favorite Wolfman that has been de-Wolfmanified. It's me, Ryan, and I am your host for Making It Up As We Go. It is episode 35. So welcome. We've got some fun people joining us tonight, including the special guest, which I'll bring on right now. Hey, Sean. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. I didn't know I was that special, but thank
you. And we also have other special guest, Mr. Paul Corliss.
Good evening.
There you go. If you guessed those two right, you were correct. But if you guessed Dave Gatton, you were also correct. Hello, Mr. Dave Gatton.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing all right, buddy. Thanks for joining in and playing with us tonight.
Well, I figured you must have invited another guest and they canceled or something.
Well, I guess the cruise must have gone slightly awry for Mr. Paul too, Mr. Hammerquist. He either got COVID, the creeping crud, or he's assimilating to the Borg. So, yeah. But we appreciate you joining in and hanging out with us, man. It's been a little while.
All right. Well, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well,
don't ask me any tough questions and we'll be good.
How long does it take to assimilate to the Borg?
I have no idea.
Evidently, it's 5 years. That's what Phil, Paul told me earlier.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea before then. So, let's start talking about what we've been up to this week, guys. Anybody been doing anything fun and exciting? Mr. Corliss, have you been? No, you've just been recovering from Mr. COVID.
I've recovered from the COVID.
Yeah.
And so I'm good as new. Well, not as good as new. I'm as good as a 77-year-old guy can be. But yeah, I'm all recovered.
There you go. Good. Glad you're feeling better. What about you, Mr. Klondike? You've been working on any fun projects this week?
Actually, keeping busy cutting modules.
Yeah.
Nothing new this week. Just been busy taking care of business.
Yeah, getting used to the laser being up top.
Oh, it is so nice. Well, the coolest thing, and I've been wanting to. Well, like Dave raised his laser, and I've been wanting to do it, but I never did. Well, if it works, don't fix it kind of guy. Okay, but since I turned around, and I totally went through it, took care of all the mirrors, realigned everything, put it all back together, and I figured, why not? I'm going through that. I might as well raise it. And I'll tell you what, Dave. Yeah, awesome idea.
I thought the same thing, because I've had mine all this time, and then when I finally raised it up, I'm like, man, I should have done that from the get-go. Because it's nice having it up.
It's so much easier on the back.
Oh yeah. And some people have come in and seen mine, and they go, "Gosh, why'd you raise it so high?" Because the control. I'm like, I don't ever really look at those controls much. I push the origin button once in a while, but everything else I'm running from Lightburn on the computer.
Yeah.
But it's when you raise the hood up and the bed's right where you want it. That's what matters. So.
Heck yeah.
And other than that, I don't know what it is with me and fires and shit lately. So I have one of those blink cameras.
Yeah.
So I bought these batteries. Supposed to be good for blink. They're rechargeable, right? Best way to go. Stay green. Carrie walks in. It's like she smells something. She's like, I smell something hot. I didn't smell anything. I'm out here, not paying attention. And I went to grab my batteries, and they were popped up. And then I popped the battery.
Oh wow!
And it's like, are you kidding me? Whoop. There's the back of it.
Burnt the hole right through the center of it. Jeez.
Okay. These are brand new.
Wow.
Had them plugged in for a couple hours. And
it's the future.
You know what? I like gas cars and good old fashioned shit. Call me old fashioned. But I was really blown away by that one. So yeah, guys out there, don't get these batteries. They're Amazon specials. I mean, good for insurance, I guess. If you need to claim insurance on. I don't recommend it. But yeah, other than that,
Dave, it's been shown that your printers are running behind you. What you making on those?
Yeah, just some little hold down clamps for my itty bitty CNC thing.
Yeah.
You know, this is the kind I normally make that's got the same thing on both ends. That way, when you hit one end, you can just turn it around and keep using it. But now I'm running them with a little built-in block on the end so that when you're running 3/4 stuff and then it'll kind of be level like it's supposed to be. You don't have to put a block under it.
Nice.
Now, do you have those files available?
I can. They're not. Yeah, I drew it up in Design Spark Mechanical, which is my new favorite stuff these days.
You've been working on anything else fun and exciting? You've been playing with the new Jinmitsu.
Yeah, I've been. I did not one but 2 videos this week. Did an unboxing. Well, I guess you'd call it an unboxing and assembly. That I guess that came out Wednesday, and then just this morning, I guess it was, I released this one where I did a little 3D car with that brand spanking new. In fact, it was just released March 1st, yesterday. So,
cool.
So they call it the 4040 Reno. Is it Reno or Reno?
Well,
I guess we don't really care, do we?
I don't know, but I think, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when you look up SaneSmart, they have either an office or distribution center or something. I believe it's in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's somewhere in Nevada.
So it's Reno then.
I'm thinking I'm going to call it Reno because that's probably where they got the name from. But it could be Reno. I don't know.
Well, I've seen it like Reno or Reno a couple times on different things recently. And I'm like, what the hell does like maybe that means something different than what I would think it would? So I was like looking it up and it's like, no, it's either renovation or Reno, Nevada. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you know. They tend to name stuff that nobody knows how to say it because they have the PROVER. You know, some people will say prover and then other people will say prover, you know.
Yeah.
So they tend to name stuff where nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Well, it's like Nevada and Nevada. I mean,
yeah,
Ryan said it right. It's Nevada.
Well,
but,
I was asked today how to pronounce milk. Because Marylanders say milk and milk, MELK or MILK. And so a lot of Marylanders will say MELK, milk.
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 I say milk. Even though I'm a Marylander. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Cheap eBay VSD would be a good match for that machine. Could be. Might be kind of cool.
Yeah, you could put one of those 300 watters on there, I guess.
Yeah.
I plan on. I purchased the 69 millimeter mount so that I could use it with either a DeWalt 611, which is 69 millimeters diameter, or I have a little plastic insert that I 3D printed, and that will. You can slide that little sleeve in there and then it'll make it a 65 millimeter mount. So then I could use the Makita. So I'm probably going to be using the Makita from here on out because I dug up an old SSR relay that you know me, I don't throw anything away. I bought it probably 6 or 7 years ago, never used it. But remembered that I had it, so I went and dug it up. But I think I'm going to be hooking up a relay so that even though when I put the Makita on there, it will be controlled through the Gerbil stuff. So
Sweet. It'll be fun.
No more
So,
forgetting to turn it on.
is it a lower cost one of the 4040 Pro, or is it just an updated version? It looked like just an updated version to me.
well, let me see if I can find the email, and I will tell you what I was told. Because I asked questions, but they didn't tell me anything until after I had it in my hands. Bear with me a second.
Yeah. Matt says battery tech has not caught up with the rest of the tech industry. Very true. I mean, that's there's some really cool battery tech out there, though. There's one of the system that I installed probably, I don't know, 5-6 years ago at this point, at least. It had some really awesome batteries. They were about 3 feet tall and about a foot by foot square. And they were, each one of them was 48 volts. And it was a pretty cool setup because the entire thing was like the components inside the battery was charcoal and cotton.
Oh,
So you could literally dump the water out of them when they were dead or done with, and throw them into the recycle bin and recycle the whole thing. I mean, it was like you didn't have to do anything special. Way cool stuff. The company was, I guess, building some trying to build a bigger factory to make more of them because they could not keep them in stock, and they could not keep up with the demand for them, and they ended up going under because they were in the middle of building a new factory and ran out of money. And somebody supposedly bought them, but I haven't seen anything from them since then. But yeah, battery tech needs to get on the stick. Let's see here. Oh, Wade's getting some solar panels. They were out and measured this week. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as an efficient battery is made, the government buys it and disappears. Now 20 years ago when I was in the Army, there was a group of guys testing some backpack solar panels. And they were like, at the time, a 300 watt solar panel was not happening. It was very rare to get something anywhere close to that, and if you did, it was just a monster. And so these were 300 watt panels that were on a backpack. It was really sweet, but it didn't really make a whole lot of sense back in the day, but now it does. And it's like, oh, those were probably $30,000 backpacks. Let's see. Oh yeah. We appreciate it if everybody clicks on the like button. So, yeah, very cool. Well, were you able to find it, Dave?
I did. I got it right here.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's fine. My contact was telling me, she says, the 4040 Reno is what I'm going to call it. The Reno is an upgraded version of the 4040 Pro, featuring several enhancements. Increased working area, 407 by 407 by 78, which is weird because every time I look at it, either on their Amazon thing or in the manual that came with mine, it's always, none of them agree. Mine says 400 by 400 by 80. But it is over 400. I think what they did is they tried to, 400 is like 15.75 inches. And I think they tried to squeeze that extra quarter inch so they could say it's 16 by 16. But
yeah.
But anyway, she says 407 by 407. Drive system, belt XY, and lead screw for the Z. And of course, it's got the dual Y-axis design with a more robust XZ structure, utilizing a dual groove 4-wheel configuration. So, like I said, it's quite a bit different than the 4040 Pro. And I've even noticed on some of the comments on that first video, there's been people saying, well, it's, they keep saying the 4040 Pro is better. And I'm thinking, well, that's really cool for you to say that, because the 4040 Reno isn't even out. So you have no idea other than, looking at a video or something. But like I said, I've been pleasantly surprised. And in fact, I was commenting on the video today. Somebody had asked a question about it, and I've been tweaking with the settings and stuff. And the neat thing about the belts, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but with it being with belts, it's kind of like almost like a laser or a 3D printer type thing. It moves so smooth that you can get the rapids way up there without stalling those the stepper motors. When you try to go really fast with a stepper motor, or a lead screw, if it's bent the least little bit, you get that vibration and it stalled the motor.
Yeah.
So I've got it pretty much flying when I'm doing rapids now. It's because it's not that big, so it doesn't take long to get from this corner to that other corner.
Yeah.
There. So
moving. Sweet.
That's smooth too.
Yeah, it's a good looking little machine. And from having Dave's old Jinmitsu over here for my son, that thing really is built well.
I think they're both great machines.
Yeah, if I was brand new to CNC and I'd wanted a small machine, it's really a nicely built machine. No.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before many times, I'm sure, but any CNC, there's always going to be a weak link somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't care how big and heavy it is or something. If it's so stout, then the bit's going to break. Or there's always a weak link somewhere in it. But it's like I was telling somebody, the key to a belt drive machine is keeping the tension just right. You can't get it too loose and you can't get it too tight. It's got to be just right. And they've got a really cool little mechanism on the 3 places where there's a belt to adjust it, so it makes it real easy to get the tension just like you want it. And it's a good little machine.
Yeah. Sweet.
And be looking to see plenty of videos. Like I said, I did 2 this week, the unboxing, and then did another one that came out this morning, but I'll be doing a bunch more.
Cool.
Because it's a lot of fun to play with.
It's no avid, but it works and it does its job. So
yeah.
Not a large footprint.
Yeah. But just think how many of those I could buy for what I paid for that Avid.
Right.
It'd be like a 3D printer farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, CNC router farm. Literally.
Good deal. Well, I've been up to some fun times this week.
Yeah,
because I'm doing the home show, hence not so Wolfman-y right now.
I was even kind of surprised when you texted me and asked me if I wanted to come on, because I thought maybe you wouldn't have a show tonight because of doing the solar thing.
Yeah, well, I try not to give up on my peoples.
Yeah.
Well, I here, let me pop us out this way. I don't know why I never thought of doing this before when we're showing all the like the little things from here, because that works perfectly. I'm really excited about that now. Before
Did
you
plan
couldn't
that,
see
or is that by accident the way that fits in there?
No, it was kind of by accident. So, but it works. So, I've been working on getting my home show booth ready this week, and like everybody knows, I do solar and I have a Christmas lighting business, blah, blah, blah. Well, I needed to update my booth a bit because of adding the permanent Christmas lighting and all that stuff to it. And so I wanted something to show. My thought was that I'd build like a kind of like a faux garage front, which could show I could put the clips on there for the regular Christmas lighting, the seasonal type stuff, or the and then also have like some of the permanent stuff. And then inside the garage goes the little Zeely. But that's still in pieces. So that didn't make it today, this weekend. So the other day in the shop here, or in the office, I had this, grill gazebo that I half put together and was working on it. And so what I came up with was getting some different lengths of wood and building like little caps to go over the little bars there, and then painting and mounting the lights up underneath of there. And so today at the home show, this is what it looked like. Looked pretty good, not too shabby. Had my 12-foot tall Christmas tree there and all that good stuff, and I think it turned out pretty good. Not too shabby. People seem to like it.
It looks professional.
Almost, right? So, but you can see like here, like where the big TV is there in the middle, the little car will fit right through there, and it'll look really neat because it's got a sticker on the front that says about the solar business and stuff like that. So it'll kind of look like a little garage when it's all done. But yes, that's the main thing I've been working on this week. It's been pretty busy. So we set everything like I'm on the committee for setting up the home show and all that stuff. So I was there, all Thursday evening trying to get the pipe and drape and all that stuff all set up. And then yesterday we had to go actually put everything in, and then the show is yet today and tomorrow. So it's been a busy week.
Is that how you got that nice corner booth, is by being on the committee?
It could be. I've had that spot for probably 7 or 8 years now.
Have you?
And yeah, so but being on the home show committee definitely does help ensure that you stay where you want to stay. So, but had some good visitors today. But the best visitor I had was this fella.
Oh,
Look at that! Look at that guy.
Eyes.
Yeah. What was his name? Haiti? Or no, Hachi was his name. And he's a rescue. He just got up here from Tennessee. And what a great dog he is. Yeah, beautiful, super well-mannered. And he was just laying on his owner ended up sitting there talking with me. We talked dogs for like a half an hour or so because he was just like laying there and relaxing. He'd get his belly rubbed, and people were coming by petting him, and kids were petting him. He was so well mannered, and yeah, great dog. So he was my favorite visitor of the day. He definitely sheds a lot. There's still lots of white hair all over my booth, but he was a good pup. So the booth behind me though had something interesting, and I thought maybe we could talk about this a little bit to figure out what would be the best way to kind of replicate something like that with our machines. So the guy behind me does like fences and decks, mostly decks, and they're like high dollar decks. He had this one piece of glass there that it's like for the railing of a deck, but there's no cap to it. It's literally like a pane of glass, and but it's like super strong and isn't supposed to scratch or anything like that. It's like $1,000 for a 3-foot section of this stuff. Like, it's crazy expensive. Beautiful though. Like, it even had like these had two little clamps on the bottom that hold it. That's all that holds it is these two clamp things at the bottom, and they have the LED lights in it, so the edges of it would light up in whatever color you wanted and stuff. It was pretty awesome. Not for $1,000, but it was pretty awesome. But anyway, he had a pergola over his stuff, and this is the roof.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Isn't that cool? So this whole pergola was aluminum. So obviously you could cut an aluminum sheet to do something like that on a pergola. But I was trying to think of like some other way
Quarter-inch
to
ply,
do
like
it.
a quarter-inch birch, depending upon the spacing.
Yeah,
What
but
is
like
that, 2 foot?
would that wouldn't weather very well, I wouldn't think. Like I don't even know, like, do they even have like a cedar plywood or something like that, or I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, my mind was stuck for inside, but yeah, outside probably aluminum.
Yeah. I'm kind of guessing that you would have to do it with an aluminum.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any wood way, but it would look so awesome in wood. But
It would.
yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. But I was just kind of like, I gotta take a picture of this. We gotta talk about this thing because this is.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Now, could you take like the fence, the dog-eared fencing or whatever that everyone's been, using for birdhouses and miscellaneous,
Yeah.
edge them, glue them all together, and then cut through that. Now
That's
you
kind
have,
of what I was thinking. Yeah, like I mean, I guess it would work that way. I wouldn't see why not.
they're a half-inch thick,
Yeah,
so it adds rigidity to it.
it might be a fun project to try.
Yeah,
Just
that's cool.
to give it a whirl. But yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that'd be.
my thought is if you're doing it on the inside, use the quarter-inch ply.
Oh
But
yeah,
outside the whole other story.
yeah. But could be some cool inspiration to try some weird stuff.
Hey, how about that PVC?
Yeah, you might be able to do it out of PVC. Well, I'd be afraid that it would shatter. Something hits it, or I mean, I don't know.
Oh, a hailstorm.
Oh yeah, hailstorm. With the way that that PVC sign shattered on me over down in South Carolina, I don't know if I'd use PVC, but maybe there'd be some other way to do it. I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe somebody will get some inspiration from that and kick it around and figure it out. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying.
Aldrich just said that too. PVC.
Yeah.
Acrylic.
Just glancing. I can't keep up. If out there in the chat, if you want something to show up, want us to keep an eye out for something, or you got a comment that you want us to put up, try to put like a QQQ in front of it or something like that, and that way it's just easier for us to grab as we are chatting, so you don't just watch me staring at the screen like a dullard. I mean, I'm staring at the screen like a dullard anyway, but it's all good, right? All right. Well, let's talk about some other of the videos that I was checking out this week, and maybe something will pique some interest. Probably this one is pretty interesting, I found. So we were talking lasers and stuff like that a little bit earlier too. The Iker now has a 70-watt diode. I didn't get to watch this whole video yet of this guy doing a review of this thing, but that's insanity.
Diode? Yeah.
A 70-watt diode. It's like on that tower part, you can see if you look right below the R on the side of that tower part, there's like a little black thing. That's a switch that makes it from 70 watts to a 35 watt. But still, I mean, a 70-watt laser is diode laser is pretty wild.
Is it running 2 diodes?
Multiple, from what it sounds like.
My reality is a 40-watt, 22-watt, and it runs when you change it from 40 watt to 20 watt, it cuts off half the diodes.
Yeah, I was going to say Ventari, Steve. I can't think his last name. I think it's Steve Mills, but anyway, Steve. Somebody he goes by Ventari. He did a review the other day of a 48 watt, and it had that same kind of switch where you could go from 24 to 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anybody that doesn't know why you'd even want to have that switch on there, it's really because of the DPI, the laser point itself. The higher the wattage is, the more of these things coming together, it's going to spread out a little bit and not be as detailed. So if you can cut the amount of diodes that are firing down into the workpiece, you have two coming into a point instead of 4 or whatever. Get a little more detail out of something.
Be good to shut it off when you're engraving.
Yeah.
Well, really the best ones for just doing engraving pictures and stuff are like the 5 watt, the real little ones. And that Steve guy that I mentioned, he was talking about that even when you turn that one from 48 to 24, as far as the quality on an engrave, you can't really tell there's much difference,
That's cool. Very cool. Tonight's kind of like going over mostly product stuff, I think. Frankly built. This guy, I've watched some of his stuff. He's not for everybody. He's very high strung, I think is the proper word to use for him. Seems like a really nice guy. I think he was actually at the one 3D printing show that I went to over the summer. Dressed up as he likes dressing up as Iron Man. He does a lot of cosplay stuff. But anyway, he's was doing a review on the K1 Max, and I guess basically he was, Creality sent him the first one, and then since then he's bought 3 more. And I think if you buy 3 more of a machine, that you probably like it pretty well. And he really hasn't had a whole lot of problems with it. But he was talking about like kind of the good parts of it and the bad parts of it. But he'd been making a bunch of stuff and selling it on Etsy and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's nice to see that machine's doing well. That was the other machine that I was torn between when I got the Bamboo, was the K1 Max. And the only reason I didn't go with this one was because I wanted to try the multi-material stuff. So that was fun. Next thing I want to talk about, the tools. Okay. All right. Well, PPE, really. I'm a big VW guy. I love my old Volkswagens and stuff like that. And so there's this TV show. I don't know if it was shown other places, but I think it was on Mav TV or something like that. This guy named Ian Roussel builds custom cars out of crap. And he does a bunch of Volkswagen stuff and other cars too. But the things that really drew me to him was the Volkswagen stuff. So on his channel, he's been doing building a couple different cars, a Zephyr, a crazy VW Beetle. He's rebuilding a old Jeep all the time. But the one thing that he's been wearing is these eye muffs. And I thought this is really cool to show everybody because we need PPE in the shop and stuff gets loud and all that. These things are not cheap. But if you notice how they're on, they go on. Here's a picture of him wearing some of them. Yeah, they're the ones that have the wireless, earbuds in them or whatever are $200. But like if you were wearing a hat and you want to put, sound stuff on, you'd have the band going across. These are attached to the glasses. So you just kind of pull them off, and they go on your ears and cover them up.
There's
And,
nothing behind him.
Right.
Behind the mask.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So there's the right. Oh, they're $80. But yeah, they're really cool. He wears them all the time as he's working and building on stuff, and I guess now he's being able to start selling them, and pretty cool. But I thought that would be something cool to show everybody because it's a neat addition. What was that? I was watching. Dave, who are those? Who are the? Was it Wood Brew that was building that teardrop camper, or the square drop camper last year?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, Wood Brew. Yeah, on a recent video, he was talking about wearing earmuff, ear protection, and he wanted to wear his cowboy hat or something, but he couldn't because of having the band going across. Well, these are the perfect ones to wear for something like that, because you can wear a hat while you're wearing your ear protection. So I thought that was cool, and I thought everybody'd be interested in that. He's an interesting fellow, that's for sure. But and then we also have Sam Craft.
His new machine.
Yeah, he got himself a Thunder Laser to go in his new shop, and he was making this little Tennessee layered sign. I want to say it's like 8 layers thick or something like that. I thought it could use some improvement on design stuff myself, but I thought the overall look of it was pretty cool. I think the outline could just be a lot thicker, and it wouldn't be so fragile. But it was pretty cool.
If I remember right, he said that was a customer's request.
Oh, was it? Yeah. It was a pretty cool design, though. I like it. Yeah. And he did what I did on that my Starfish, where he painted everything beforehand and then cut it out, and just was able to stack it. You didn't have to worry about doing it later. And
his new shop is pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Yeah, he just built that new shop not too long ago, and it's filling it up with all kinds of good toys. So he was a big diode guy, and then now he's got the Thunder. So
didn't he go from the house to the shed? Now he's got a shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he's, this video's got 23,000 views on it in 5 days. So hey, he's doing pretty good for himself these days. So keep it up. And then we have 6-8 Woodworks. I thought this one was pretty cool. He bought this file, I guess, to build these. It's a chess set, and what's the other? Is it backgammon? Is it backgammon? Yeah. But it was really I liked the design of these because of you're putting wood inset pieces into the puzzle, or I'm sorry, into the chessboard, and so it all kind of had some nice detail to it from that. I thought that was pretty sweet, and everything has magnets to lock it all together, and lots of different ideas of what different combinations you could do, because you could do it with acrylic or whatever. And I thought it was pretty cool. It was a nice setup. Good ideas. Had me thinking about somebody should make a laser version of Rob Schuster's puzzle piece chessboard. That's what I was thinking of during this. I'm like, doing something similar to Rob's chessboard without all the work. Yes. It'd be pretty funny. So that was pretty cool. Let's see here. I think that was pretty much all the ones that I had written down for us today. Look, Workbench Con was happening this week. Everybody was invading Dave's land, down there in Atlanta?
Yeah,
Did you get
it
to
ain't
hear
gonna
it?
bother me though.
Well, next year if I go to it, I'll come down and I'll say hello to you, Dave.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Yeah. But sound from the little bits and pieces of hearing from stuff going on there, it sounded like it was a good time.
It should be. What
Yeah. Yeah.
it costs.
That's an expensive place to go. Whew.
Well, I guess if you're those type of people that's there to network and get connections and all that, it's worth it. But for somebody like me, it wouldn't be worth going.
At least you wouldn't have to pay for a hotel room.
Yeah, but the traffic going to and from, that would be
Yeah.
bad by itself.
Oof. Oh, Mr. Dwayne did a 5-color epoxy fill. Woof. Nice. Very cool. Oh, we got Lynn Starkey here from Australia. So we got 2 Aussies in here tonight.
Oh, cool.
We got Lynn and Rob. Wow.
Yeah, I saw Rob in there.
Who knew that we were like a big deal in Australia? We're the number 1 CNC podcast in Australia on Saturday nights at 9:00 Eastern time.
We're probably the only game in town.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Darren says it's a good night when Dave's on the panel. Yes, it is always. Let's see here.
You know, talking about Australia, every time I think of Australia, you see the jacked up kangaroos.
Yeah.
So if you ever wondered what happens to a reindeer when they go to prison, there you go.
That's yeah. Dave, do you know how much that machine is?
I believe it's going to retail for $4.99, but right now, if you look, they're doing a $50 off thing, so they've got it at
$450.
$449.99 or something like that, right at $450.
Oh yeah, Harry's saying that my tree needs a star and an angel at the top. Well, I tried not to put something like that on it because I really there's only one outdoor tree that we put a star on top of, and it's a 50-foot thing. And so to make it not look like a house tree, that's why I didn't put anything up top. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Appreciate the kudos there. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Hey, hey Wade, the United States government would take out lots of $40,000 loans. we would appreciate that. There you go. I know it's for solar installations, but yeah. Let's see here. I'm just trying to poke my head through anything else.
Clyde's got a question down there towards the end, Ryan.
Okay.
Because I was thinking the same thing.
How's the Bamboo Lab printer? It's been going really well. It's not perfect by any means. I have had some failures with it. I'm going to work here on a kind of like a 3 or 4 month review on it here pretty soon of just my experience with it. But overall, I love it. I have not turned on my Ender 3 once since I plugged the Bamboo Lab in, which is sad because my Ender 3 has been such a loyal machine to me. Yeah, I haven't. It's really good, really good.
So, what's the latest goop on the Bamboo fiasco that happened a while back?
Haven't heard anything else on it recently. You're talking about the A1 stuff with the fire potential. I haven't. They haven't. Tried to look like a week or so ago, and they haven't added any more at that point anyway. News on their blog website about it. supposedly like they're sending out new updated stuff to people, but I don't know if anybody's gotten anything yet or anything like that. But they said in March that stuff should be starting to roll out, but it'll be interesting to see what they do to fix it. I think they got to put the wider or bigger wires on stuff. Oh yeah. How's Jack tonight, Dave?
Jack, well, he was laying right there. He's already given up and gone on to bed. So Jack has left the building.
Yeah. But
He's
yeah,
having
in
Most
general, though,
photographed dog on Facebook.
yeah. We won't tell everybody your secret though about your photographs of Jack.
There's a secret.
That you take like 50 of them at a time.
Well, sometimes I have to because he's getting wise now. When he sees me start to point the camera at him, he'll turn, look the other way, or he'll make a face where you wouldn't want to post it. So, yeah, I have to kind of catch him in the act of being funny or something.
Yeah. My Ranger, my shepherd, he does not like you to take his picture. Yeah, I don't know why he gives two craps about it, but like he hears like if you hit the button and it does the shutter noise, he immediately like nope.
Yeah.
We're not doing this. And he seems to know like if you're going to take a picture of him, like you can be messing around with your camera and like just try to slowly bring it up like you're going to take a picture of him, and he immediately knows something's up and will move from whatever he's doing. So you got to be really sly if you're trying to take a picture of him.
Yeah.
Craziness. Crazy. Well, I guess that's about it for tonight. Really don't have anything else to cover. We're having fun, exciting. Anybody got anything? Oh yeah, look at that. Mr. Klondike's got the DE Hammermaker hat on, which is fun.
That is so comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, because I think it's from one of those shops that just print on demand. It's a nice hat. I think it's worth it. And
I like that style hat more than the trucker hats with the perforated backs on them.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those.
Yeah.
You can turn these around and it even looks better.
Oh, there you go.
Wait. Oh, Izzy Swan. This is the Izzy Swan style, right?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the only hat that I wear on occasion is.
There you go.
That's a damn good looking hat right there. I'm telling you.
I don't have any hats to put on.
You don't have anything up there to hold it on. It's fall down to your ears now.
Yeah, it'll go down. I've actually been watching a lot of videos recently. I haven't really shown. I didn't want to feel like showing them, but ever since I was watching the Wild Willow lady talking about doing the acrylic on the hats, I started other hat videos were showing up in my feed. So I was watching a bunch of people cutting patches for hats, and was watching a bunch of those. But there's some interesting stuff people are doing with hat patches and all that. But
Yeah. When I bought my vinyl cutter, I bought a heat press, and it came with the hat attachments and all that. But I haven't done that first hat.
yeah, that's pretty awesome right there,
Yeah,
Kenneth.
that's what it should say.
Yeah, that's funny.
I make firewood.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, we're actually talking to people in the future.
Yeah.
Mr. Hampton. Right? No.
Yeah. It's Sunday down in the land down under. So pretty awesome. Awesome possum. So yeah, it's evidently hats are a big thing these days with laser cutting. And it's amazing how many people are doing them with diode lasers. Like all these hat people, they're all cutting them with diodes. There's not a whole lot of CO2 laser hat people out there.
I don't think it's going to take very long before it gets pretty saturated. That if it isn't already, because between all the diode laser people and the CO2 laser people,
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably in some of the same groups I am, Ryan, with the CO2 stuff. And it's like, welcome our new thing. And it's like tons of people every day
Yeah.
in those groups. So,
Oh, yeah. Check that. It's not expended. Yes. Started in either. I'm guessing that's about Dwayne's talking about the hats and all that good stuff. But
No prices are inexpensive anymore.
yeah, my problem with hats is that I have a big giant melon, and like finding a fitted hat that fits my melon is hard to do. Like if you measure the circumference of my head, it's 25 inches around. It's a massive, massive melon. It's as big as the Rock's forearms. I mean, or biceps rather. I mean, it's a big melon, but that's okay. I already apologized to my mother many times because of the size of my melon.
Ouch. Ouch.
Good times. All right. Well, I guess we'll start wrapping up then for the evening and go about our merry way and have a good Sunday and do more home show stuff for me. And Paul, you doing anything tomorrow? What do you got going on?
I got nothing. I might go over and watch Al has something over on Twitch every Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern and 2 o'clock Central, where he does a stream on Twitch.
Nice.
And it's I might go watch that for a while. He's doing a laser. He's cutting all the parts on a laser and he's making a ship, and it's called the Lady Washington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's doing quite a job on it. He's been working on it for quite a while. So anyway, if you want to watch him, he'll be over on Twitch. It's I think it's under. Is it on? Is it
Kilroy
under
7963? Isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't it Kilroy 7963?
That's what I was just trying to remember. If it was under that one or if it was. Let's see if he answers.
He's out. He's out in the chat. So
yeah, he's out in the chat. Or if it's Al Forte, I can't remember which it's under. It is under Kilroy 79763. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Here you go, Paul.
Ooh.
That's all laser cut. I'm not pulling the hull down, but this will give you an idea.
Wow.
And
cool.
as RC, let's see if I can hold it. That's switched.
Ooh, boy.
so
Now, what is that? It's
That's the helm.
yeah, no, I mean the ship. Is that a tugboat or is it
It's an old tug. It'll be an old
an
tug.
old tug?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Top. Then I have the hull. Actually, I have a couple of them I've been slowly working on.
wow.
So I might be watching that too.
He's right now. He's cutting and fitting the ribs
Okay.
Awesome.
and to the keel, and
Okay. Yeah, I've got that far, then I'm to the point of glassing, and it's like, I'll do it this summer.
Cool deal. Hey, Al, if you send me a link to it in Facebook Messenger, I'll put it into the description so that everybody else can have an easy way to get to it. That'd be cool. But if not, well, I can always just put in your thing in there for you.
yep,
So-
yeah. Just go into Twitch and search that, and it'll come up. He says, okay, deal. They'll send you a thing.
Sweet. Yeah. Harry says, wow, it's like a super benchy. Yeah.
Side, yeah.
The other day on the CNC with Me podcast that I do over on Hamilton's stuff, I actually it was the other day, so everything changed to blue because I had to change. I had to do this to get over here. Where is it at? There we go. This guy named Martin Linick. He did his first 3D carve, and it was a benchy.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty funny.
There are no layer lines whatsoever.
Yeah, no layer lines whatsoever. He should have done it as a 2-sided because then it would have like come out of there. It'd been pretty awesome. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. So good stuff. Well, Sean, you got anything else that you want to bring up, buddy?
Yeah, go get yourself a hat. Check out Dave's channel. He's got a couple new videos out.
Yep. dehammermaker.com. Link is in the description.
Of
course,
next weekend is not this weekend, but a week from today. We're going to have a train show here in Des Moines. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a week from today.
Nice.
So you know what I'll be doing. I'll be pumping those out.
Heck yeah.
As much as I can.
Just don't leave it so you don't catch another fire.
Bite your tongue.
Dave, what you got going on? Anything fun and exciting?
Not really. Probably shoot another video too with that new Jinmitsu machine.
Sweet. Good deal. All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank you very much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Much appreciated as always. We'll be all out of here, and we'll be back for number 36 next week, next Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, peace out, sauerkraut.